We're about to talk about something that I've personally never heard anyone speak about on YouTube before. It's what happens when you go from living in a luxury villa with multiple other entrepreneurs, and then you come home, back to your home country, for me, England, living back in my parents' house. Although it's only for a small duration of time. But it's weird. It's a very fucking weird feeling. Think about the polarity between balconies, swimming pools, and beautiful views, with guys chasing you out of bed in the morning, with guys pushing you to do more work, to then coming back home in your childhood bedroom with the comfort of your family and the distraction of all your old friends and almost random things to do, like things that you've almost missed, but really there's no benefit in them. And what I found, it's humbling and it's also revealing. And honestly, for me, it's necessary. So this is what I've learned from both extremes and why you need both. So the past year, I've lived in villas from Europe to Asia with some of the world's coolest entrepreneurs. They're all in my personal network, Willionaire. I've been surrounded by some of the most high-performing, motivated, disciplined people I've ever met. We're talking about daily accountability, business conversations, which actually have a direct ROI on the company that we're building, filming content together, building, growing, working out, non-stop. But now, 4 days ago, I've returned home to the UK. Same streets, same greenery, same buildings, same shops. Everything is exactly the same as how I left it 6 months ago, and then previously 12 months before that. The people are the same, the environment's the same. The pace is just a lot slower. And it hits different. This video is not about lifestyle, it's not about why you should join Willionaire. It's about identity, ego, and why both environments are going to help you and serve different versions of you. So you see, being back home, I don't see it as a bad thing at all. I'm only here for 1 month. Well, in 2 weeks I'm going to Poland on a Willionaire trip for a few days, but then I'll come back. But I don't see this as a bad thing. I've came home and I'm almost in touch with that version of myself who hated his situation, was kickboxing, was fighting, back to back all the time, had a shoe cleaning business underneath the kickboxing gym, had a 9-to-5 job. I can almost feel the emotions he was going through, and that really motivates me, man. That makes me get out of bed in the morning. And I'm kind of going back into the routine I had, and it feels fucking sick. I'm really, really locked in. Despite being back at my parents' house, it's amazing being around them, and I'm getting so much work done. And it's sort of a nice break, because you've got to think, when I've got Willionaire, it's almost my job. I'm almost working when I'm around the boys. So having that time to myself, having time with my parents, just having time to, just be alone, really useful. It's allowed me to think and just maybe go at a slower pace. Not really worry too much about doing things, because everything is how I want to do it and it's at my pace. It's forced a lot of reflection. I'm away from the noise now, the good noise. I'm away from the good chaos. And it's just gave me a time to reflect back, look at all the things I've done this year and the past 18 months since I started Willionaire. And it kind of fills me up with a real sense of pride and ambition. And the clarity towards my future has never been clearer. And I'm back with my family. And it's a good reminder to really understand who I am and where I come from. My roots are my everything. I'm a proud Englishman. I'm proud to be from Blythe in the northeast of England. I love my accent, although it's diluted a little bit purely so people understand what I'm saying. And then there's also less distractions. I wake up in the morning and I go to the gym. So this morning I woke up at 5:45. Brushed my teeth, black coffee, went straight to the gym. Was there for 6:05. Finished, went to the sauna, came back home, started cracking on with some work. Then I had a little bit of food, and then I went to see my coach at my kickboxing gym. We're going to book in a one-to-one session. Came back, got my beard done, because I've got a funeral later, and done some more work. But whereas if I was, say, in Marbella or Thailand, living with the guys, I might have to wait 5 or 10 minutes for one of the boys to be ready. The session might go on longer. I might not even be training the same session I was supposed to be training. So this is the caveat, training the boys is sick. You get the filthiest pumps ever. But I'm now on a specific plan with one of the boys, one of the coaches in Willionaire. I really want to stick to it. I really want to be disciplined and consistent with it. So by having that, by being home and having all those distractions removed, although the good distractions, it's allowed me to focus more intently and purely on one thing. And then there's more solo focus. I'm working without distractions, without interruptions. And what I mean by that is, ended up asking a question with one of the boys and it goes on for too long. Then one of the other boys hears us talking about it and then jumps in. So a 5-minute question could turn into a 15-minute conversation. Whereas now if I've got a question, for example, about the ads that we've just launched, I'll just call up the two ad guys, Mahern, Scott and Willionaire, and just quickly talk to them about that and we'll not get sidetracked. The cons of living at home, so the cons of being back, at the beginning it felt like I went backwards. It was oh shit, why am I home? Am I going to be productive? Is this the right thing to do? I'm not going to be in the right environment. And I understand why people would feel like that. And I understand why I thought like that as well. But in reality, I can kind of rule this one out because the pros do outweigh the cons. And then the other thing is it's harder to find people on the same wavelength, especially in the town I'm from. But I'm lucky again, I own Willionaire, the best community of entrepreneurs in the world. And we've got 3 guys in Newcastle, 4 including myself. And then we've got some guys in Ascend as well. So this morning I went to the gym with my appointment setter, which is sick. So there's definitely not the same amount of people in the UK as there is in Thailand and Bali and Marbella and stuff, or at least they're not as accessible. The second thing is the comfort zone creeps in. I felt this more in December. There's a phrase where it's like, under peaceful conditions, the warlike man attacks himself. And in December, my granddad just died. I was home with my family. My mum was making us food. Everything just seemed like really easy, and I wasn't really trying to scale my business. I wasn't trying to make more money or anything. And I just came a little bit complacent, although I was only there for a short amount of time. And to be honest, I went to Milan with a girl, and then we like split up. We weren't really anything, but we were dating and stuff. That getting, it kind of gave me like a kick up the arse. I was like, I felt like I had my head in the sand. I was using that as a little distraction from what I really needed to do. That thing that I really needed to do was work. So now I'm home this time, 6 months later, and I'm like, okay, I now know what not to do. It's just don't necessarily stay away from pretty girls, but don't go to Milan with one. Maybe that would be a bad idea. And when like comfort zone creeps in, bad habits come with that simultaneously. It's like sleeping in. That feels way more easy to do when I'm in the UK because it's at home, I'm comfortable. My mum makes nice food. Like there's a pasta tonight, and I'm tracking my calories. I know I'm not going to be eating my mum's pasta tonight. So it's like, there's like temptation creeping in like that. But when you're dialed in, it's fine. These things they don't really carry significant weight. But it's just little things, and the more things that are there and more things that compound and kind of throw a stone under your shoe, then things do get a bit complicated. One thing I've learned this year is don't deep it. Like honestly, bro, just don't deep it. And then when I'm like living with the boys, I do prefer it. I fucking love living with the boys. And the reason that is because you've just got pure momentum. You don't slack when everybody's winning. It's impossible. Like you literally are a product of your environment. And then you've got like the collaboration and the quick idea sharing, like I touched on before. If I had a question, boom, shout one of the boys, and then they can answer them. And it's just rapid fire, and then someone else hears it, they jump in. But then there is pros and cons to all these different points. That's what I'm getting at. So it's not like a clear-cut answer. And then you literally just grow faster because you're surrounded by the right people, you're being held accountable. My mum's a runner, she's an athlete, but she's not trying to get absolutely jacked. She's not trying to make 100k in the next few months. You know, she's really ambitious, and I respect the hell out of my mum and my stepdad and my dad and my stepmom and my sisters, but they're not on the same mission, the same types of mission. Whereas the boys are, so when I'm living with them, it's just a complete norm. Like the conversations I've been having with people at home, I kind of feel uncomfortable telling them about stuff, like telling them about the business. People, my mum's 50th birthday the other day, and people are asking me what I do for work. And I was like, I've got an online community. And then they're like, oh, so you're working in Thailand? I was like, yeah, kind of. And I was just like, I don't know, I just didn't really want to like speak about it too much. Whereas when I'm meeting up with guys in Thailand or Bali or Marbella or Dubai, I love talking about it. I love telling them about what I'm building, you know, because I'm super passionate about it. And then the cons about living with the boys is there's always something happening. So you've got to be able to say no to things. It's harder to stick to the plan, although that is a bit of a vague term because it often benefits the plan even though you don't stick to it. So it kind of damages the consistency. But the thing about consistency, which I like the most, is when you are consistent, it makes you feel so fucking good. So the fact that you're not consistent, even though you're doing well and you're moving things forward, just the fact that you're not being consistent can like damage the self-image, which is a bit fucked up, and it's probably something that everyone should be working on. But it's there, and that's an element to it. And then the other thing is like things are almost too good. Like every day is insane. Every day is a movie. I would quote the quote, you should live your life like there's a documentary crew walking around filming it. Half the time there was in Marbella in Thailand, Bangkok and Samui. Like we had that, and it was surreal. It was an insane experience. And it's the experience we're going to get next month when we're in Gdansk in Poland and Tuscany in Italy. But the main thing is you need to identify when you need each. There is a time for being alone and being with the boys, but I think in any stage of your journey, you should be with the boys. If you're early in your journey and you need clarity and you need vision, yes, you could stay at home and grind, but you could get around boys who are on the same level, doing the same things, or who have already done it. That's powerful. And this helps you stay accountable, be brutally honest, work hard, work on the right things, and just level up in general. And the second one is like if you've already got momentum and you're already flying, then getting around the boys is going to make this journey so much more fulfilling. You're going to have people to share the journey and experiences with. And it's going to help you reach the next level as well because everyone's just as hungry as you are. You say, I used to think being in the UK meant I've failed. I always thought if I come back to the UK, I've failed, but I've not. Like I've come back to see my family. My sister's getting married next week. My mum turned 52 days ago. Like it's amazing being home. I absolutely love it, but now it's part of the process. And for me, every time I come home, it's like a milestone check. It's like, how far have I came? I feel like the first time I came home in December, it was almost like I had grown a lot personally. I'd changed as a human being. I've developed as a man. This time around, it's like, all right, the business is starting to do really well now. Like, we're actually generating a lot of money. We're building a legacy. We're like actually hosting some sick events. I used to dream of doing that, but now it's the reality, and long may that continue. So now it makes me think, next time I come home for Christmas, like, how much is going to change then? What type of person am I then? How's Willionaire? How's the community? What's the standard of guys? Like, what sort of events are we doing? Like, sky really is the limit. Now, growth isn't always found out loud. It's not always found on an expensive yacht with the boys, smoking a cigar, with a video man recording you on a Canon 12,000 DS X DJI, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's found when you take your mum to Zara, or you're sitting in the kitchen with mum and she's asked you if you've eaten, and then you offer to make her some food, or you offer to pay for some clothes she's liking at Zara. That's the real growth. But yeah, sometimes it is in crazy villas, chasing 7-figure months, doing crazy things. But other times, the treasure that you're looking for is right where you started. I know that is for my case. Read The Alchemist if you haven't already. Maybe those of you who are watching this have lived both sides. Maybe you've stayed at home, grind. Maybe you started your whole entrepreneurial journey when you were living in Thailand or Bali or South America or wherever, I don't know. Or maybe you haven't yet, or maybe you're just still at home and you want to, check it out somewhere else. Or maybe you're in this paradigm where you left the UK, you started a business, and now you really don't want to come home because you think you're going to fall into bad habits or you think you've failed. Well, here's me telling you that you'll not feel like that. Book a link in the description as always, so you can just book in a call with me. We'll have a little chat and chew some lard. And yeah, we can see if you'd be a good fit for Willionaire.